Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to complete the Dragonspine 1.2 event and some tips and tricks in order for you to do it faster. I'll also be covering some of the later stages that hasn't yet been revealed yet. So if you want to go into your events tab, there should be a notification called the Chalk Prince and the Dragon. Currently we now have 9 days and 8 hours as of the time of recording this video. We had 2 weeks, now we have 9 days. So if we click on the event details, only the second stage has been unlocked, the first and second stage. The third and fourth stage hasn't yet been unlocked. All of these stages have their respective quests. Like the Act 1, you had to complete the Albedo quest. If you haven't done that, I suggest you do it as soon as possible just to unlock this event. In Stage 3 and Stage 4, they've also have respective quests. Like in Stage 3, they have the Raiders Amidst Snow Mist quest. So you'll get a lot of Primogems and adventure experience from these quests. We also have the event shop with all the stages. So the first stage does not have an event shop sadly, but the second, third, and fourth stage do. So I'll be covering that in this video as well. And in stage 1, after you complete the Albedo quest, you get this Festering Desire, and throughout the event, they'll have you upgrade this weapon until it reaches max refinement rank. So if you want to go to the miHoYo Genshin Impact website, the news website will tell you all about this Chalk Prince and the Dragon gameplay, so I'm just going to go over it for you guys. So it says some background about Sakros and Albedo here, as well as the potential rewards like the Primogems, Crown of Insight, the new 4-star weapon, Hero's Wits, Mystic Enchantments, and more. So as you can see the event duration here, and as well as when Stage 3 and Stage 4 will unlock. So the Stage 3 will unlock in 1 day, and the Stage 4 will unlock in 4 days. Here are the exact dates. And the event shop, like all events in Genshin Impact, will close a little bit after the main event ends. So you can spend the currency gained inside this event later. This is just in case if you just go away suddenly, or you still have some time to spend your currency to get those awesome rewards. The eligibility, you have to reach adventure rank 20 and above. You have to complete the Archer Press Prologue Act 2 for Tomorrow Without Tears, so that's basically Albedo's main story quest, and complete the Albedo story quest to unlock the event Chalk Prince and the Dragon. So I suggest you complete these events as soon as possible just to gain access to this event, because you only have 2 weeks. That's not a lot of time to do this. And just a heads up, a tip for this event, you want to grind out as much of this event as possible. Optimally, you want to get every single reward offered in this event, because there's this one big change in 1.2 where events from 1.2 onwards would not require resin to farm. So like in Unreconciled Stars, you had to spend your resin to do co-op and the missions. This and all the future events do not require resin, so you should just grind out all the rewards. So here are the event currencies. So there's Glimmering Essence, Warm Essence, and Miraculous Essence. As you would have known, the Glimmering Essence will unlock in Stage 2, the Warm Essence will unlock in Stage 3, and the Miraculous Essence, which is the Purple Epic Essence, will unlock in Stage 4. So this can be used to purchase materials in the item shop. So now I'm going to be talking about the main weapon in this event. I suggest during this event that you equip this Festering Desire on any of your characters that wields a sword, because in this event, Festering Desire will deal 60 more damage to opponents in the Dragonspine region. As this is a Dragonspine region based event, you should equip this when you're going to Dragonspine, because you'll do 60 more % damage. Also, the character who equips this will accumulate sheer cold at a slower rate, so this can be really good for your survivability. And some quests and missions involve blizzards, which increase your sheer cold, and swimming, which increases your sheer cold dramatically. On top of that, they also gain a 35% extra crit rate, so that's insane and that's OP. You should equip this on any of your sword characters if you want to go to the Dragonspine event. So in order to access the Festering Desire, you can go into your inventory, and if you look, I have it at level 60 right now, just because you can ascend this weapon really easily in the later stages of the event, and I don't want to waste all of my materials just ascending it to the max level as soon as I get it. So if you go to details, you can see in the yellow text that it receives a weapon enhancement XP of 1.5 times. That's crazy, during the Dragonspine event. So you should aim to just ascend this Festering Desire to the max level during this event. It doesn't have to be as soon as you get it. In fact, I don't recommend it. You just have to just level up a little bit when you get it, and then when you progress through the event, naturally you'll just refine and advance the rank of your weapon naturally, because it just gives you the ascension materials. So just aim to just level up your festering desire as much as possible during the event, but don't rush it too much. As you can see, the substat is energy recharge, and that is really good on Bennett or any other character that needs their abilities really quickly. This is basically like the sacrificial sword or the Favonius sword. So festering desire, OP as hell. So let's go through the acts and stages now. So for Act 1, I'm pretty sure most of you have unlocked it by now, but you have to collect 60 Rime Ruin fragments and crystals. So these Rime Ruin crystals and chunks will drop whenever you kill any enemy in Dragonspine. So as you can see, I just killed an Hilichurl Archer, and that dropped a Rime Ruin fragment. So aim to farm as many opponents and enemies in Dragonspine as much as possible just to finish this stage. It's pretty straightforward. Next, you have to enhance Festering Desire to level 20. That's pretty good. That's pretty easy because of the 1.5 times enhancement bonus you get. And you also have to enhance Festering Desire to level 40. So this will also provide you with some compensation of the Ascension materials that you just sunk into enhance and refine your weapon. So basically, you can refine this Festering Desire for free. It also gives you the Mora to do it for free, so you basically don't have to even farm. And on top of that, this does not require resin. So this is a really good change in the right direction for miHoYo and the Genshin Impact community. For Act 2, this is where the fun part starts. So this is a solo event in Act 2. In Act 3 and Act 4, there will be co-op parts. But for Act 2, you have to accumulate a total of 600 Glimmering Essence. So this is basically what you get for killing those enemies in the designated spots. There are specific spots called the testing grounds that you have to go through and just farm the enemies and collect the rewards. Kind of like the ley lines where you have to just spawn in a bunch of enemies and just kill them all to collect the reward. In this case, there is 150 Glimmering Essence available for grabs whenever you complete one of the testing grounds missions. So whenever you go to the testing grounds, you'll be met with 4 of these lampposts just to keep you warm, so you don't have to worry about the getting frozen and losing health over time. Just go to this start button and hit start, and you should be met with a challenge called defeat opponents. As you can see, this also has a chance of having a negative effect or a positive buff. So in this case, I have a negative buff where the snowstorm accelerates the sheer cold accumulation. But it doesn't really matter because I have these lampposts to keep me warm. And there is 3 rounds. So the first round has 4 enemies, the second round has, I think, 3 enemies, and the third round has 1 really a good enemy. So basically the main goal of this is to protect the lampposts, and the enemies will group around and try to kill the lamppost. So you just have to avoid the lamppost depleting health. As you can see, I finished the challenge, and then you come across a chest, you want to open it, and you'll be met with the 150 Glimmering Essence. So what this stage 2 tells you to do is to accumulate a total of 600 Glimmering Essence, which is pretty easy to do, and you have to complete 5 times of the testing grounds without any Ruin Blazers being deactivated. So the Ruin Blazers are these small little fire lampposts, so you have to prevent the enemies from destroying them. If you complete a testing ground 5 times without the enemies destroying these, you collect the Primogems as well. So just to let you know, there is a total of 180 Primogems up for grabs. And for the third task, you have to refine the Festering Desire to level 2, which is pretty easy. And just accumulate this Glimmering Essence and just farm this test round. Next up, we'll go to the miHoYo website for information for Act 3 and Act 4, because it isn't really out yet. So in Act 3, it begins in December 28th in my region, in the Asia region, and you have to complete the quest. There will be a new quest called the Raiders Amidst Snow Mist to unlock all Act 3 challenges. This part of this event will have to deal with Sealies, and you have to follow Sealies around. So when the challenge starts, a warming Sealy will move forwards, following the flow of the Dragon Force. It looks like you have to defeat enemy opponents while following the Sealy. And the Sealies will drop Scarlet Quartz, which can deal even more damage if you pick them up to the enemies. So you have to defeat monsters and guide the warming Sealy to its hotspot. and that will give you the reward at the end. It's pretty basic, pretty good. And for Act 4, this is the co-op event. This is the final act, and this will begin on December 31st. So you have to go to the Entomb City outskirts, and there will be a kind of a domain-like thing there with co-op. So you get to do it with your teammates, and you have to verse this modified Cryo Regisfine. And here it explains that you can go in co-op as well. And you can collect 150 of these miraculous shards that you can exchange for essentially the Crown of Sagehood or the Crown of Insight in the item shop, which is pretty good. So basically you have to break the Cryo Regisfine shield, and there is a time limit, so you have to be quick. So after crushing the shield, you have to defeat its core, and your teammates can use Scarlet Quartz just to amplify their damage even further. So after defeating the core, the Cryo Regisfine will be rendered inactive, and you can just defeat the Cryo Regisfine as normal. So basically you want to learn all its attack patterns like every other boss, so you just complete this event as efficiently as possible. Lastly, I wanted to give you some general advice about the event. So these events and these test runs will spawn really close to each other, like the ley lines. Sometimes you have to move further away, but in general, they spawn really close to each other. So to be most efficient, you want to farm as many of them as possible in like one session, because they just spawn really close. The second tip I have is just to focus on your festering desire, but don't focus too much. So just focus on just completing the tasks in every stage. Don't go over the requirement of each stage, because then you'll just waste your resources really early on in case you need those resources for another weapon. And my third advice is to have priority on some items in the event shop. So have priority of these weapon essential materials before the Mystic Enhancement Ores, because these are more valuable than the Mystic Enhancement Ores. You can get the Mystic Enhancement Ores really easily from farming just crystals, but you have to actually spend resin to gain these essential materials. So go for these first in the Glimmering Essence event, and then in the Warm Essence, you want to go for the Hero's Wits and Adventure Experience before the Mystic Enhancement Ore in Mora, and potentially the Festering Dragon's Marrow. And for the Miraculous Essence, of course, you're gonna go for the Crown of Insight first, because this is a limited item that you can only obtain in advance just to level up your talent to the max level. So if you just want to min-max your character as quick as possible and have your overpowered character with max talents, you want to obtain these Crown of Insights. And then after you obtain the Crown of Insights, you can obtain the Festering Dragon Marrow to gain more Primogems, and then the Talent Books, Hero's Woods, and then the Mora. So thank you for watching this video. I'll keep you updated about just some Dragonspine tips and tricks, and please subscribe and like this video for future content like this. Peace.